Okay, the last demo I did, I made that off-axis bowl, and to take the tenon off after I'd hollowed it, I used a friction device. So I'm going to show you how to make one of those. It's very easy. So I've just got two pieces of wood glued together to get a nice big circle. Mark the centres, we mount it between centres, so that it spins relatively nicely. Get some pressure on it. Alright, there we go. I now have a tool test, which is so I'm just going to knock this around using just a plain bowl gouge because it's nothing special. As it's doing 900 RPM roughly. So put too much pressure on, you overcome the spur drive. No, that's not round. Well, it's not exactly parallel, is it? However, we'll make use of that.
May I suggest something, Nigel? Well, you want to make it straight, look at the horizon.
Yeah, I was trying to do that, but I still keep looking back at where the gouge is. Now I've got dust behind my watch. Alright, seeing as it's slightly bell-shaped, we'll put the tenon and the narrow end, just so it looks like I meant it. Of course, try and use this as a beading tool rather than a parting, and that's not going to work, is it? Chalk tool rest. No, you can't. Because it's so hard, the spur will hardly bite in there. Now I know that's 3/8 of an inch deep because this is 3/8 of an inch wide. We want to go down to the internal sides of this chuck. Right, so that should be approximately 2 1/4 inches across. It's over 2 1/2, so it's still too big. Not exactly what you're meant to do with a skew chisel, but it works. So, we now have a relatively round, smooth exterior. We have a dovetail, so we don't need the centres anymore. And if I've done this right, this chuck will hold this tenon. There we go. Now, the friction material I'm going to use is, I changed the faucet on my sink in the kitchen, and this went to the shower head. You know, the spritzer in your kitchen sink. So it's just a plasticized tube which has to be fixed to this end. So we need a groove to sit that in. We just cut a little groove using a nice little 1/2 inch round spindle gouge. That's a good one. And when I stick that on there, we need to go just a little bit deeper. There's a good place to put it. So that will sit in there, get plenty of support from the wood all the way around it. And then comes the fun bit. Lock the machine. And you need 5 screws and a countersink drill, and of course an electric drill. So you hold that in place. Now you put your countersink through the outside layer, but not through the inside layer. Change bits. Of course at home I have 2 drills, so I don't have to change bits, but I wasn't going to carry 2 drills here. And number 6 sheet metal dome-headed screw with a nice big flat on it. And you that is now nicely held on there. So you spin the lathe 90 degrees approximately, lock it again, change. Of course, I just realised I forgot to bring my saw with me. That's good. piece of wood. You might not believe it, but this is pallet wood. I found it lying at the side of the road. A bit difficult. And I'll just take it around to where we started. Come on. And this is where I usually use my Dazuki saw, but like I said, I forgot it. So I'll use my penknife instead. There you go, hugely complex, and now somebody, namely Bill, has got a very nice friction drive. Now, another neat thing that you can do with this is there are times that you want to hold something in a hollow. So let's make this dual purpose. Let's make a hollow in it. There you go, that's a reasonable sized hole. So with that, you want to do a little clean up on something, you can put the base of a bowl in there, whatever, and you can hold it against. So this would internally drive, flat drive, and externally drive. So you've got a very useful piece of equipment for, what, 15 minutes work, and a little piece of plastic tube and some wood. And I find mine very handy.
If the tube is rubber, would it be better?
It might mark. That's the only reason that using a black tube might be a negative, because if you get a slip, you'll get a rubber burn. This, you know, this white plastic will not mar a surface or mark a surface. You know, a black rubber. I've used black rubber. You know, that draw liner stuff for mechanics drawers, that does leave marks on wood. This doesn't. That's the only advantage I can see for it.